If you want to be honest, man, the Bloodline has all the belts. DX, there wasn't a point in time where they had all the belts.
I am joined by a member of the hottest act in sports entertainment today, the Bloodline. In every interview, the man that I'm speaking to, Solo Sikoa, talks about how he's a man of very, very few words. That said, I could talk to him about his legendary family for hours and hours. We only have a limited amount of time, so let's get straight into it. But before we talk about the wrestling of today, let me ask about the wrestling of the past. I have one question about that era. So my father was a college professor. I never saw him fall 15 feet off Hell in a Cell into a table. When that happens, what are you thinking at home?
I was like, I looked at my mom. I'm like, and I think she was crying, man. I think she started crying. And I think my brothers were Jimmy and Jay Uso at the time. They were, I think they was like hugging my mom, telling her it was all right. But I was like, did that just happen? He just really fell onto a truck.
That is insane, man. And what about when he said that he did it for The Rock and he was the guy who ran over Stone Cold? I mean, what did you feel about that?
He ran over one of my favorite wrestlers, man. I was like, man, you ran over Stone Cold? How could you do that? You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I was like, okay. Now, like, being into the business, like, he had to do what he had to do, right? So.
Amazing. So I said at the start of the interview that you're a part of the hottest act in sports entertainment today, the Bloodline. This is undisputed. But some could make an argument that you are also, the Bloodline is one of the all-time great acts, right? I mean, you guys are on fire. Nobody comes close to you. How do you think you guys compare to an act like The Generation X? And what was it like seeing, I know you're a fan of the business. What was it like seeing DX come together on the same show that you were on?
Childhood memories, man. Growing up, watching them as a little kid, I was still watching them. And then, when I seen them, I was like, man, I was pretty cool to live that moment. The fan inside of me and the kid inside of me. So I used to do this when I was little. I used to get in trouble. At school, man. But I think, if you want to be honest, man, the Bloodline has all the belts. DX, there wasn't a point in time where they had all the belts. So that, I just feel like that just shows you who's the dominant faction, whether it's back then or now. So that's my answer.
You cannot argue with that logic. But so WarGames is coming up, and based on what you just said, it's pretty much a no-brainer that the Bloodline will be in it, right? Nobody can take away such a great attraction from you guys. But which faction from today's roster can step up to you guys? We have Imperium, we have the Brawling Brutes, we have Judgment Day, we have the OC. Is there someone you want to see inside those two cages?
I think definitely the OC or the Wyatt family, the new Wyatt family. I see Bray Wyatt came back with some family members. We got some family members, and I feel like, honestly, man, anybody that want to step up to us, which they haven't done yet, I think they know better. They already know what's going to happen. So.
Amazing. And based on that, what did you think of his return? You guys kick ass every single week. But, the reception that he got when he came back at Extreme Rules was, the crowd was deafening. What did you think about it?
I thought it was cool, very different, creative, and emotional too, man. You can see, I could see the way he was walking out that he missed being in this environment. The fans missed him being in the environment too. They missed the Fiend and missed Bray Wyatt. And he came back a whole different person. And I think everybody saw that. A whole different mask and everything about him. So I'm excited to see him.
That would be a match we'd love to see. You are obviously great in the ring, but I think your biggest ability is the ability to not break character when Sami Zayn is saying his lines. I don't know how that is possible.
Yeah, man.
How do you manage?
Some of the things, man. Like when we do rehearsals, like he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this and that," and then when we get out there, I was like, "Man, you didn't do this or that. Like, why you didn't tell me you was gonna do that, man? Like, you all up in my face, laughing at me. Like, he's like, man, I'm gonna make you crack one of these days. I'm gonna make you laugh one of these days." And he's still trying to, and I'm trying my hardest not to, man. Like, it's difficult.
All right. So we know that there is one honorary Uce already. If you could recruit one more, who would you choose?
One more, man. I don't know. Maybe my dad. I don't know. Maybe. That's who I can think of. Yeah. Maybe my dad.
That would be pretty cool. But I mean, a lot of people are saying, Sami and Kevin Owens, they go back a long way. Is he somebody you'd probably want to see?
Kevin Owens doesn't like our family. He thinks Sami Zayn is making a fool of himself. So I know he doesn't want to be part of us. So, yeah. We'll probably see him later down the road.
So we have spoken about the past. We have spoken about the present. Let's discuss the future. Do you think Logan Paul has 1% chance of beating the Tribal Chief?
Hey, man, 2 years of dominance versus two matches. Come on, man. He know where he's at. He's in the deep end with the biggest shark in the ocean. Like I said, it's either sink or swim, man. And, we're going to find out what he's made of. I know he's training. I know he's down there working hard, but this isn't just one of those things where you can walk in the park. Nah. He's going to find out the hard way, just like I did. They threw me in the deep end in the bloodline to see if I can hold my own, and I'm doing it. Now let's see an outsider if he can do the same.
Amazing. So I've been doing this for a while. I know who the next big thing is generally. I mean, how WWE presents you is also a great indicator, and you have been on fire. So I would say that you are probably one of the guys who might be a possible winner of the Royal Rumble. If that happens, will you step up to the Tribal Chief?
Well, I might not win the Royal Rumble. I might eliminate myself. I don't know. You never know. But like I said, man, that if that opportunity presents itself, maybe. But I know my role as the enforcer, and that's to protect anybody that tries to step up to Roman Reigns and to knock him down.
Okay, well, great answer. We know that Bron Breakker is going to be competing at Halloween Havoc. That's a big match that's coming up. A lot of fans are saying that Theory should go after him and not after Roman Reigns because he has no chance of defeating
Roman
Reigns.
He knows better. I'm here now. He knows better whether to step up to Roman because he'll be the first person to see me.
All right, but do you think Theory should go after Braun then?
Man, Theory can go after anybody he wants to besides Roman Reigns. I mean, he can go after Seth Rollins. I haven't seen him go after Gunther yet, but I think he knows not to go after him. So I think he, in his mind, I'm gonna go back down to NXT and try to, choose the small fish of the ocean. But hey, man, Bron Breakker, he's killing it down there, and I don't want him to get things twisted. With just because he's down to NXT, coming from main roster, like it ain't no difference. Those guys and girls down there are even more hungrier, to get to the top spot, main roster. So Theory better watch out, man.
He better watch out. Who is on your wish list? I mean, that one wrestler. I mean, you have faced a lot of great stars already, but that one star you haven't faced yet.
I really would like a one-on-one match with Rey Mysterio. That'll be cool. Maybe maybe Seth Rollins down the road. You know, but I think Rey Mysterio is on my top priority on the list.
Okay, I have time for one last question, and let me build off that. You mentioned Rey Mysterio. We know that Rey Mysterio is going to go for the Intercontinental Championship. Uh, you are the one guy in the bloodline who still needs that gold, right? Do you want to insert yourself into that picture?
Well, yeah, I was last week, and then I got it taken from me. So I have unfinished business, man. I was supposed to win that match, you know. It could have been me who was going to go on and face the IC title. But, yeah, man, of course, the IC title or whether the United States champion, whichever belt that we don't have.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Last question, any message for your fans in India?
Hey, man, like I said before, India, without you guys, man, I don't think WWE will be possible. You guys show love on social media, man. You guys always tuning in on pay-per-views. WrestleMania, man. You guys travel the world to come see WrestleMania. I just want to say that hopefully sooner I can get a chance to come down there in India and have a vacation.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you soon.